Rohit Sharma did a lot of batting in the nets. He looked in better touch today. He looked a bit more confident. A long time in the nets for him. There was a Ravi Jadeja press conference as well. Usme he talked about Ashwin and how he's going to miss him. He talked about how important the MCG is to win this test match for them. And even if they draw this series, they will retain the Border Gavaskar. So he's aware of the situation. He also talked about the batch sticker जो 8 साल से उन्हें यूज करा मगर अभी रिसेंटली लास्ट गेम में विजिबल हुआ वो एंड वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हिंदी में थी इट वाज फॉर द Indian media, but there was a couple of Australian media there and they got a bit upset, I think, towards the end because their questions were not taken. These things are going to happen in Australia. These things will happen over there, but clearly there wasn't enough time to take more questions, and it was a press conference dedicated for the Indian media, and it was in Hindi. It was not in English, the press conference over there. So yeah, Jadeja bhi maujood the udhar. And we also had the Nepal Premier League, which happened today. The finals aaj tha. The Janakpur Boats winning in the end by 5 wickets. It was a fun game. I think the way they chased brilliant. Like, पहले से start से उन लोग जो run मार रहे थे in the power play itself, they got 60-70 runs. They were, on par to chase this down. But a couple of wickets towards the end, jolted them a bit. Like then Harsh Thakkar, the guy from Canada, he saw it through 30 of 24. बहुत अच्छी batting करा उन्हें. And it was great to see a full pack crowd to watch this game. Saif Zeb from the Sudur Paschim Royals, I felt performed really well with the bat 69 of 43, picked up a wicket. His economy was 4.3 or something. It was a good performance from him. Dipendra Singh, the captain, he dropped an important catch. I think it was the catch of Lahiru Milanta, who went on to hit 87 of 49. So that was a very costly miss in a stage of the game where a wicket could have changed it because it would have been difficult for the new batsman coming in. अगर आप देखो new ball के साथ is where you had to make most of the runs. As the ball got older, the ball was gripping and spinning and became a bit difficult for run making for the batters. But yes, congratulations to the Janakpur Boats, outstanding performance. It was a fun league. Yes, we didn't have the biggest teams, but Shikhar Dhawan was there, which was a huge name. And hopefully in the future, we'll see Nepal cricket striving forward and getting more success. Because जो passion है वहाँ पे तो unbelievable है. It's been really good. Big Bash का भी match था आज. Sydney Derby अभी खत्म हुआ. It was a very close game of cricket. Sydney Sixers, they needed 15 runs of the last over, and Ben Dwarshuis, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically Benny D, I'll call him, 20 of 8. He came in, and faced 8 deliveries, hit a couple of sixes. He hit Ferguson for 6, and in the last over, in the second last ball, the penultimate ball, when 7 of 2 was required, he hit Cameron Green for 6, and then a very smart single on the last ball to win the game for the Sydney Sixers. It was a very exciting game of cricket. David Warner on the losing side. I think Chris Green was the David Warner was the captain. You saw Sam Constance play in this game, and the reason I'm taking his name because he's in the squad for Australia for the next test match. I know this is a different format, but he did make 0 of 3, so not the best of him. Cameron Bancroft, who's also an opener for Australia, he hit 70 of 52, and Oliver Davis of 47 for 34. For the Sixers, Josh Philippe 35 27, Jack Roach 28 of 18, and then Jordan Silk at the end 36 of 25, not out along with Ben Dwarshuis. So that was the Big Bash. अच्छा गेम था वो. It was very very entertaining. हाँ, और मेलबर्न की अगर बात करें तो टीम इंडिया जैसा मैं बोला प्रैक्टिस करे आज. You saw the big guns over there practicing, and Rohit Sharma, he was there. He batted quite a bit. And he's trying to get into that rhythm, get into that form because ये बहुत बड़ा test match होने वाला है. Mayank Kapoor is saying hi. Hello sir, hope you are doing well as well. Please join in with your comments and questions, and thank you for joining. I think last couple of days I haven't seen you, but it's good to have you back on the channel. So whoever has joined us, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and let us know whatever thoughts you have upcoming. And yeah, there's still a few days left for the test match. आज क्या 21 तारीख है, 26 को match होगा. I don't know 25 को most likely practice और वो होगा. I know it's Christmas over there, so I don't know if the players take off or it's optional. I think it'll be optional practice. the main practice will probably happen 23rd, 24th, and then 25th you'll have the press conferences and optional practice. So you'll have a few players coming in. Not everyone will come in. Some players might decide to do Christmas with their family. Some people might come in and practice. It all depends on I think each individual on that day. But then 26th everyone will be pumped up. Right now the pitch is green again, like we saw at the Gabba leading up to that test match in Melbourne. Maybe the pitch is quite green. It is pretty hot, and if it doesn't rain in the duration of the test match, there will be something for the spinners on day 4, day 5. I feel like I thought in Gabba as well, but वहाँ पे full match नहीं हुआ. But yes, I think we'll see a bit of turn here, all because that grass, I don't think it'll sustain, because it is going to be 40 degrees apparently on the first day of that test match. And we're expecting a full crowd in Melbourne at the MCG. Should be a lot of fun. Faiz joining me. Faiz, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Lots of good to see Team India getting early preparation done. I mean, 26 को match है already. 20th से start कर दिए preps and 21st से start कर दिए preps and yeah, it looked like a batting intense practice session. Not a lot of bowlers present from the main squad. I mean, Prasidh Krishna, and apart from Prasidh Krishna, there were Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja. So fast bowlers के लिए it was like a rest day, but the batting, like आप जैसे बोला, Rohit Sharma particularly shot. Throw down specialist को लेके घुस गए first hour में. I think 45 minutes he's been 1.5 hour की training थी उनकी. He batted against Jadeja, he batted against Sundar, he batted against the throw down specialist. He looks in better nip. I mean, he's trying to build a psychological muscle mind connection बोल रहे with leaving the outside of stump line. Similarly with Virat Kohli as well, we've seen that काफी partners थे रोहित शर्मा के throughout the match practice, net practice session, match simulation में. He played with Jaiswal, he played with Virat, he played with Pant. And KL as well. So you've seen a lot, Rohit Sharma that he's been going through, but it looks like now he's looking in better touch. And with the days progressing, probably Melbourne, he feels that he's had a good, patch here. Virat Kohli as well. I think उसको काफी अच्छा runs बनाया उन्हें Melbourne में Virat Kohli. So these guys might be expecting big runs from themselves now.
Yeah, 100%. Of course, the expectation तो रहेगा, and it's good that they are putting in the hard yards. तो आप ये नहीं बोल सकते, complain नहीं कर सकते, इन लोग effort नहीं लगा रहे. They are, conscious of this. They understand their form and they're trying their level best to try and give that level of performance that they are known for and to help the team at the end of the day. आपको ये match India के लिए जीतना है, बड़ा match है. It will be an important game, and if India win this game, right, Australia's confidence will go even so low, because at the Gabba where they were in a winning position, yes, the rain came and played spoiled sport for them. It took the win away from them, and if they lose the Melbourne game, then they'll be under severe pressure, because that means they cannot retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy. And Jadeja said that in the press conference. There was a bit of a talk, a bit of an issue at the end of the press conference. The Australian media फिर से आपके जो मेरी भाभी जो है, आपको जो आपकी जो क्रश है, हाँ, चैनल 7 की, उन्होंने फिर से उनको तकलीफ ये हुई कि हाँ, हिंदी में था और इंग्लिश में सवाल नहीं पूछा गया, because at the end they had to leave. The team bus was waiting for Jadeja, and according to Rev Sports and according to other journalists over there, they said that it was an invitation just for the Indian media. Normally, there's no press conference like 3-4 days ahead of a test match, but for the Indian media, like for the content and just like to get them involved, because they've been covering the tour every day, it was for them, and that's why that press conference was Hindi. Jadeja is also comfortable in that language. It doesn't mean he can't speak English. He can take questions in English, but it was specifically for them. So the Australian media came in not without an invitation, but they were still welcomed. But at the end, they उन लोग चढ़ गए, basically उन लोग सवाल नहीं पूछ सकते.
Yeah, I mean, थोड़ा तो दिखा कि भाई Jadeja was only speaking in Hindi. Very frankly बोलूँगा but अगर invitation में लिखा हुआ है कि only Indian media, which I don't usually think होता है, but if they're saying, and I'll accept them because they're there right now and they've got the invitation, so maybe then Australian media shouldn't have a complaint.
And also, if there was only one regular journalist from Australia, the other journalists weren't there. It was basically जो ground में थे, अतराफ and stuff, like staff वाले and like channel 7 वाले, उन लोग थे. Otherwise जो regular journalists होते ऑस्ट्रेलिया के, उन लोग मौजूद नहीं थे. So that means they probably didn't get the.
तो जो एक था बेचारे, उसको भी लाइट ले लिया, वैसा था वो मसला. Like, I mean, चलो ठीक है, I mean, Jadeja is comfortable in Hindi and stuff, but it won't have been such a harmful thing if they just एक भाभी के लिए एक जवाब दे देते. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, Jadeja जो भी बात कर रहा, and I mean, channel 7 also can get a translator for Hindi. इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं हो सकती. अगर genuinely अगर वो invitation का मसला है, then I'll understand. But अगर नहीं है, and probably विराट के लिए थोड़ा बदला भी लेना चाह रहे थे कि वो विराट के जैसा treat करे. They probably just wanted to give something. I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, Jadeja spoke for about 8 to 9, 10 minutes, I think, right? So it was a good enough amount of contact that he had with the Indian media specifically. But ये चीज़ा लाइक लाइट ले लेने की अब क्या कर सकते हैं, नहीं दिया तो नहीं दिया. एज अ मीडिया जर्नलिस्ट यू हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दैट एंड मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट few days where you'll get an interaction eventually. One if कुछ हिसाब तो you'll have 2 more days to interact with them, so it's fine I guess.
GGTH is in the house saying, hello, how are you, bro? Rohit should play innings just like Rahane scored last time Boxing Day. I remember that innings. It was outstanding. The way Rahane led from the front as captain. And उस पे भी काफी सवाल उठ रहे थे because he had run Virat Kohli out in that first test in Adelaide. And there's a lot of pressure on him, but he stepped up as captain. And I think Jadeja also was in partnership with him in Melbourne over there. And the way India bounced back in that game was beautiful to see, because if you remember, India was bowling first. I think they lost the toss and they were bowling first in that game. And Rahane stood up as captain. Everyone would have been fan of Jadeja if he was speaking in Hindi. Remember the chummy interview in New Zealand with Simon Dewell on social media. अभी कुछ controversy हुआ क्या मुस्तफा जडेजा एंड मीडिया? या अनीश भाई वही बोल रहे थे कि लाइक बेसिकली वो हिंदी में था प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, और जो एक दो ऑस्ट्रेलियन पत्रकार है जो सहाफी थे, पत्रकार सहाफी जो उर्दू में बोलते मौजूद थे, उन लोग they were not they didn't get the chance to ask a question. So
if this happened,
English.
like let's say if this happened with an Indian media, what do you think would their reaction be? If
They'll
like
get
an
a-
Australian
they'll get
platform
angry.
didn't and cut everybody, they would have also gotten angry, right?
Yeah.
Like so कहीं ना कहीं you will feel
But
upset.
the thing is यहाँ पे तो clearly ये था कि उन लोग उनके लिए
नहीं था, ये बात है कि invitation नहीं था, तो I agree. That's the only point I'm giving them.
Yeah, I don't think again it's a big deal. Like जो
Yeah,
भी
you
हुआ
always have
हुआ।
2 more days, T-1, T-2, T-3 तक भी आप बात करते हैं, you know, so like
ये तो चलते
that's why, ये
जाएगा।
तो
And
चलते
the thing is,
रहेंगे.
you also have to understand.
The funny thing is the drama that is created with the players, with the whole media involved हो जा रही, with Australia and Indian, you know, media representatives going at each other as well. It's turning out to be a 1 month saga right now. Sydney में बारिश होने वाली है, most probably
Always.
could be washed out, right? So that's why. So this test now becomes ultra important.
Sydney always rains.
Yeah.
You remember in 2021 जब हम लोग वो मैं बहुत क्लोजली देखा वो सीरीज 2021 नहीं सॉरी 2018-19 में जो था when India first time were winning in Australia, Sydney में Pant got that 100 and you know it looked like we can bowl them out on day 5, but the whole day 5 rained out and India still won the series 2-1. So that could be in Sydney. Even Michael once said before the series, I'm not counting that test match is going to rain. I hope it doesn't. I hope that you get proper weather over there. But yes,
But
that
now
means
that's
just
where
test
your
match.
team selection becomes critical, right? Because if this is set to be the last proper like game, because चलो Brisbane was there, but Brisbane में इतनी expectation नहीं थी of rain to that extent, but हो गया चलो ठीक है. But अगर आप मेलबर्न जा रहे हो, आप ये इंटेंट से जाओगे कि यही मैच खत्म करके यही सीरीज खत्म करना. So the team, you know, team setup will be important. A lot of changes might not be made, except maybe Sam Constance का जो हमारे को पता है. You will play Stark, you will play Cummins, I think, in that game as well. From India's perspective, I don't see a lot of changes. The only doubt is that I don't even think they're going to go with 2 spinners. अगर you know मेलबर्न की विकेट में थोड़ा तो ग्रीन दिखेगा ही. आप जैसा आप बोले साउथ अफ्रीका का भी आप याद दिलाए मेरे को, बाउंसी विकेट होगा. सो मे बी यू माइट नॉट सी एनी स्क्वाड अनचेंज एक्सेप्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एक आध दो निप्स.
अभी फिलहाल ग्रीन है वो, अब ट्रिम
trim
होगा थोड़ा बहुत, but there could be, I think it'll be a spicy wicket again. It'll be similar to Perth. That's what my initial guess is right now. Australian media should have told before that English is mandatory, or someone who was more comfortable in English should have come. Yeah, but the thing is, it was not for the Australian media. It was for the Indian traveling media. So that's why they were not even informed to come. But like the people who were at the ground, 2 or 3 people just showed up. One cameraman and the lady was there again. So like it was just a couple of people. And I think Daniel Britske, what's his name? Daniel Breitag, I think he was also there. Otherwise, nobody else was there from the Australian media because they didn't get an official invitation. It was just for the Indian media over there. And it was an 8-minute press conference. And if I also saw, like, according to Rev Sports, that they said the security or जो भी है वहाँ पे जो handle करती, right? Like they were kept telling the media manager कि भाई जल्दी wrap up करो, the bus is waiting. So they had to follow that protocol as well, right? The team has protocols. They have to leave a certain time from the stadium. They have to reach the stadium at a certain time. They have to reach the hotel at a certain time. So they have to follow.
From a media perspective, all you could say is भाई चलो ठीक है, नहीं मिला. You're not always going to get the questions, or like you'll be able to, you know, face the whoever's in front of you. कभी you miss an opportunity, and like they've already explained कि invitation था ही नहीं, तो you can't get angry about something that you never had. So it's fine. मौका मिला, अगर जवाब दे देते तो ठीक था. नहीं दिया तो चलो ठीक है, वो भी like it would have been fine either way.
Who will be India's future test captain after Rohit, considering Bumrah won't play regular in home test? Do you see Pant as a potential captain? I do. I think he's been your best test cricketer over the last 3-4 years, barring his accident where he couldn't play. I think he's been your best test cricketer, and I feel that he's also captain for the Delhi Capitals now. He will captain the LSG as well. He has the experience, and if he's a regular in the team, so he's one option for me. Shubman Gill could be another option, but I would prefer Rishabh Pant in my opinion. These are two guys that I feel who can take over. Bumrah, the problem I have is that he won't play every game, especially at home. So then you need a regular captain, in my opinion.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. I mean, Rishabh Pant gives you those vibes as well, and Shubman Gill as well. I think अब देखना हो T20 का, तो I don't see him becoming a captain in the soon future because Surya Kumar is there right now, and then उसके बाद से let's see if like because he is vice captain in the ODI and T20 format, but Test में maybe या तो बुमराह को खिलाएंगे या नहीं खिलाएंगे, every game वो देखना पड़ेगा I think right now.
So yeah, I think now going into that test match, like Faiz said, India will just have to probably see their bowling attack. If they're okay with the last one, they'll probably go ahead with that. अब NKR का ये है कि should they play an extra spinner instead of him, or should they just go with him as your fourth fast bowler? I think he's not done anything wrong for him not to play. But yes, if you want extra overs or if you want something particular, if you think that the ball's going to return, then you can play Washington so they're ahead. But I would probably stick with the same 11. I would like to see Rohit Sharma in the middle order. What do you think?
In the middle order, Rohit Sharma. Yeah, I mean, if he's feeling like if he can adjust his life over there right now, it doesn't look like that.
For this test match, I'm saying.
For this test match, so he's because right now even with the practice session today, he's been doing it with older and softer balls. I mean, in terms of cricket balls, but like he's been doing it with them, not new balls or something like that. So that gives you an indication. He's playing spinners, he's playing NKR, he's playing these guys in the simulations as well. So it gives you an indication that bhai, Rohit Sharma has adapted that sixth spot, and KL Rahul is in crazy form. Yashasvi will give you a left hand, right hand. So Rohit will have to probably look at a place where India I think Rohit will come back opening, mere hisab se. Not in abroad conditions right now till the end of the series. You see Rohit Sharma slot in that middle order still.
I also think at such a young age, Pant is already India's best wicket keeper of all time. Older and softer ball sounds weird. Yeah, I agree. In Test cricket, Pant is India's best ever wicketkeeper batsman.
He'll give you a new way of thinking, I think, very different from the conventional method, and he'll be able to adjust very quickly with what Rohit and these guys have left off.
Yeah, and he's played under Virat Kohli, he's played under Rishabh Pant, so under Rohit Sharma. So he's played under different captains. So I think someone like Rishabh Pant could definitely be an option, 100% going in for the future.
Yeah, but let's talk that when we land over there. I mean, abhi Champions Trophy bhi hai, so you'll see Rohit Sharma still for a couple of months. So when that ship
Champions Trophy की ये खबर आ रही कि like India Pakistan का मैच जो 1 March को होने वाला था वो most likely 23rd February को होने वाला है, which is also a Sunday, and it looks like 90% I think India will play their matches in Dubai, and like you said, all the other matches will happen in Pakistan. So you'll have like Australia versus South Africa.
Everything will be in Pakistan. India matches are scheduled to be in Dubai or Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is still there in the mix.
It's still there, Colombo, but it looks like right now Dubai. Again, it's just India matches, so you don't have to worry about like all the teams and everything traveling like that. Yeah, and one semi-final will be in the neutral venue, and the other semi-final will be in Pakistan.
If India comes
irrespective or irrespective. So right now, even if India is not, I think that one semi-final is out of Pakistan, one is inside Pakistan, and the final, I'm not sure about that. It should
be depending upon India.
Yeah, but like this on the schedule, it should say that. If it says that, if it's in they can very much
subject
say
to बोल के आ जाएंगे.
Yeah, अगर बोले neutral में है तो neutral में आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. But I think it will probably be better if it's subject to India being there, because if it is,
then again we go.
Yeah, for example, if Pakistan is in the final against Australia, like if it's in Pakistan, it'll be better, right? Like it'll be a full crowd and for viewing experience as well.
Like what if it's like an India and Pakistan?
And then there is no option. You have to keep it outside. Exactly. But that's why I think they should keep that subject to. But apparently the semi-final, there will be one in neutral and one thing. So whoever qualifies So if Pakistan will get the home semi-final, India will get the neutral semi-final. That's what it looks like if they both qualify. Otherwise, whoever teams are, I think A1, A2 जो भी है, accordingly वो हो जाएगा. Aloo biryani is in the house. Hello boys. Hello sir. How are you doing?
Yes,
Hope you're
sir.
doing well.
Hopefully, you've gotten your biryani more. You were here. I don't know. कहाँ से आप actually? I'm curious to know.
But Pakistan right now look pretty good in one days, man, and like it's a good build up for them. I felt that they were very poor last year in that one day World Cup, and it felt like maybe T20s is where they could do a bit better. वहाँ पे भी हक दिए थे in 2024, but now winning in Australia, winning in South Africa will give them a lot of confidence. Rizwan is the captain. They've got some really good young players, Saim Ayub, Irfan, and Salman Agha. These guys are really stepping up to the plate. Shaheen Shah Afridi's bowling with a bit more pace as well.
I think they got extra determination as well. अभी home condition में रहेंगे उनके पास. They want to prove a point at home as well. So they're very committed to that white ball format right now. Yeah, red ball also they turned things around against England. Now it'll be fun to see South Africa को कैसा target करेंगे. But South Africa, I mean, they're poised to the WTC final. I think they're definitely going to be more, and they're at home right now, so that's one difference. But yeah, Pakistan, like you said, I think Rizwan, captaincy wise, you have a lot of shout outs to him as well. But as a team, if you look at individual responsibility, that's where the game is right now. Saim Ayub, like we've been here time and again looking at him since the PSL. He's been an incredible find for them. Babar in this format, yes, the only thing that he can give you is he can give you a bit consistent 50-runner, but again at the expense of deliveries and stuff. But now you've got good hitters in Irfan, you've got good hitters in the middle order who can come and sort of change the context of the game. Rizwan, I think, shouldn't open. Maybe slot him down for these kind of innings where you need a quick fire 20, 40. What Babar is like, basically वो balls को थोड़ा compensate करने के लिए maybe Rizwan को नीचे खींचो. T20 माहौल में maybe Fakhar को ला लो instead of a Babar. That could also be an objective that they probably should look at. I know Fakhar spoke for Babar, but unfortunately उसका पता ही कर दे पूरे को. There are a few places where they have to tidy up, but yeah, it looks like right now going into the Champions League and being at home in drier surfaces, they're getting off spinners, they're getting leg spinners. Sufyan Muqim आ गया उनके पास, so they're doing a few things right now for their own sake.
Hello, how Pakistan got the rights? Yeah, वो understanding होगी that they will be the hosts.
So
and,
yeah,
India and also they've agreed for that neutral venue thing. So
Jaisha had a meeting with Mohsin Naqvi then on the 7th of December, if I'm not wrong, and then they had a meeting with the entire board. They come to a consensus, and it's finally like this should have been done like a couple of months ago. But चलो ठीक है, better late than never हो गया. अब ये hybrid model will be carried on till 2027. दोनों मेल एंड फीमेल के men and women के tournaments के लिए it's going to be applicable, and yeah, till 2027 you'll see these guys fighting it out in neutral venues rather than the host nation if it's India or Pakistan.
And that means the home team will have to travel for that neutral venue for the match. That was the only game they'll have to play outside, when they are hosting the tournament. Afghanistan is playing CT final against India. My bold prediction. Yeah, we can't count Afghanistan out. I think Afghanistan. He took a 5 for Rashid Khan, took 3 wickets. But if you see Afghanistan in the last 2-3 years, most improved team, T20 World Cup and semi-final, 50 over World Cup, they're very unlucky not to. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of their fault, but still, they're very unlucky. Like, the way they played in that tournament, I think they defeated New Zealand, they defeated Pakistan, and then
in the T20 or
in the 50 over.
In Sri Lanka as well, yeah.
Sri Lanka, and then in the T20, they defeated again, who did they defeat? Australia. They beat Australia, and that they beat another big New Zealand as well. Huh?
West Indies?
No, I don't remember.
New Zealand को group stages में हराया.
So Afghanistan जिस तरीके से उन लोग की बैटिंग भी बहुत improve हो गई. अगर आप देखो टॉप ऑर्डर से रन आ रहे हैं, आपका गुरबाज जबरदस्त खेल रहा. They always have amazing bowlers. Now they have Ghazanfar additional, and I think he will be very dangerous in Pakistan. And man, I just want to see that game. If that's going to be in Pakistan, Afghanistan game is going to be next level.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I think वहाँ पे like वो match और खतरनाक रहेगा. वो खतरनाक match रहेगा like बहुत ज़्यादा. I was in Chennai for Afghanistan. They destroyed Pakistan. Yeah, it was an incredible match.
Emotional. Usually Afghanistan have a tendency to get extra emotional and throw the match, but in the last couple of battles between these two teams, if you see, they're holding their nerves, and after they're sort of getting.
Yeah,
they're sorted their mind, but Jonathan Trott definitely very, very big.
This is happening since 2018. You remember the Asia Cup? वहाँ पे इंडिया के खिलाफ जो मैच था, जडेजा बचा, it became a tie that game. Otherwise Afghanistan would have won that game. उसमें जडेजा आउट हो गया था deep mid wicket पे, अगर आपको याद है. And then एशिया कप में अच्छा खेले अफगानिस्तान 2018 फिर 2019 आपको याद है वो मैच पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान का वहां पे लड़ाइयां शुरू हुए थे वेयर वाज दैट गेम समवेयर इन इंग्लैंड मैन बट वहाब रियाज आके जो आके मारा सरफराज के साथ पार्टनरशिप लगाया सो वो मैच भी अफगानिस्तान जीतने का था यू नो दे लेट इट स्लिप एंड देन दोस 2-3 games we saw in Dubai and Sharjah and everything even those Afghanistan they let it slip in the end but then in Chennai they started turning things around but Naseem owns Farooqi. Yeah, I mean, वो जो छक्के ने शारजा में मारा, that was crazy, man. Afghanistan almost beat India in 2019 World Cup. Yes, Shami picked up a hat trick, or it was 2 wickets or 3 wickets, something he picked up. Even they almost beat India, I remember. And Shami came towards the end and picked up those 2-3 wickets.
But yeah, in these conditions in the Champions Trophy, that's a very.
It was Nabi, right, in that game against India? Yeah, he was smashing.
जो आप बोले bold prediction भी है and it's a right prediction given the conditions as well, right? Like drier surfaces, again they have Noor Ahmed, they have Rashid Khan, they have Ghazanfar जो thriving है, Farooqi has been incredible line in length and then batting, उनकी batting काफी improve हो गई, top order specifically. So yeah, it's a very good shot कि Afghanistan can get into that semi-final.
And ये जो है top 8 teams का रहता है, right? Champions Trophy. So that means the top 8 teams in the world, like you know, ये it's not even top 10. They're like ahead of that fact as well. Yeah. So I mean, it just shows the amount of and the consistency that they're playing with. And you have to be patient. Like you know, at that time हम लोग बैठ के बोल सकते हैं अरे इनके पास experience नहीं है, हार गए. No, but it's a learning process. You know, even Sri Lanka, it took them time until they won that '96 World Cup, and then after that they never looked back. And yes, now they're in a transition period again, but Afghanistan can do that. What Sri Lanka did in the '96 World Cup, I think Afghanistan can do that very soon in cricket, whether it's a Champions Trophy or a World Cup. Nabi is one of the most underrated players in this decade. I completely agree. Performs with bat and ball quick on the field. You remember the Asia Cup game last year? It was Afghanistan versus Sri Lanka, but it was in Pakistan. I was in Sri Lanka, but remember it was hybrid. और वो match Afghanistan needed to win.
Last ball, समझ गया आप कौन सा बोल रहे हैं.
They needed to win like in 40 overs or something, and they were chasing 300 something. Nabi और दूसरा बंदा था. क्या मार रहे थे वो game में. And Fazal Farooqi also T20 World Cup में he was probably one of the best bowlers in that World Cup.
Against का match crazy था.
Yeah, so they've done really well. Man, Nabi
पाकिस्तान का भी against I think नहीं वो जमान खान का कौन सा ओवर था? वाले इंडिया I think इंडिया का था.
वो श्रीलंका पाकिस्तान.
श्रीलंका पाकिस्तान.
हाँ वो almost virtual semi-final जो था. But yeah, I think Nabi is like I mean I don't know when he's going to retire, but he needs to be facilitated whenever he does. He's been incredible.
He's been a crazy asset for Afghan. And again, it's Rashid, Nabi, and all of these guys that have gone also to different parts of the world, played across, got that information for the team of Camp Afghanistan, brought it back, shared that information. Right, they didn't hold it within themselves. They shared, and then you know, Afghanistan के leg spinners की तो कमी नहीं है बोलते. They have so many in their locker room, but you know, big hitters as well. And I think win in time Sabal, they can definitely win a World Cup as well and pull off something crazy in the Champions Trophy for sure. Like, बेहतरीन team.
And also shout out to Stanexai, like you know Asghar Stanexai, like now his name is Asghar Afghan. Yeah, like he's the one who got these guys into the team. And he was the initial captain at that time. Yes, like you know he was a decent batsman, not on that level of Nabi and these guys, but like he, you know, when this Afghanistan team came into the reckoning, he was there, he was leading. Of course, there was politics, there was issues, but I think him and even Mohammad Shahzad, the contribution that he's had to Afghanistan cricket, you know, जब struggling period में आप वैसे performances देते match winning और आप जब lead करते, it allows the likes of Rashid Khan and these guys, the younger generation, to thrive.
बिल्कुल, yeah, 100%.
फैज वही check कर रहे हैं फजल फारूकी
राजस्थान में.
अच्छा, also गुलबदीन नायब किस में है वो?
गुलबदीन
he's a solid all-rounder man. Bowling, batting. नवीन उल हक भी बहुत अच्छा bowler है.
Actor भी अच्छा है गुलबदीन. हाँ? Actor भी अच्छा है.
Yeah. That was the moment of the World Cup for me. जो उन्हें slip पे.
Lot of people are calling it out, but like I think what he did for the team is.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. But yeah, like इन्हें भी नवीन उल हक has done well. They've stepped up, man. Their bowlers, batsmen, and you know it was always the focus on their spinners. अभी उनके fast bowlers, उनके batters, wicket keepers सब step up कर रहे हैं. Gulbadin Oscar level acting, yeah, man. That was the best moment of the World Cup for me.
I think Gulbadin didn't get bought in this auction, if I'm not wrong.
Umar Zai just reminds me of Naib. Yeah, I mean Umar Zai again with the bat and ball. He's very effective. Gujarat Titans के लिए, I think they've got him back, or no?
Who?
Umar Zai.
Umar Zai, Punjab.
Punjab. Okay, I think he'll contribute there as well. He's a very good all-rounder. But the only problem is Punjab, they've taken too many foreign players, so they'll have that issue. Who should they play? But he's also a very, very good player. Afghanistan. So what are the teams that we have in the Champions Trophy? India, Pakistan,
we've got
Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa,
6.
Afghanistan.
And I think
Who
Sri
is the
Lanka.
8th team?
Sri Lanka, I guess. अगर hosting right दे रहे तो I guess.
Hosting नहीं है उनके पास. हाँ?
Sri Lanka है, I think. Sri Lanka.
Champions Trophy 2025
teams. Oh ये इधर ही बांग्लादेश.
बांग्लादेश, श्रीलंका भी नहीं है भाई. अरे सो बांग्लादेश साकिब खेलेगा.
साकिब का एक्शन अभी बैगन में मिला हुआ है.
I mean, Bangladesh could have a say here and there, especially in these conditions. They have, you know, the Mehdi and these guys. They're very, very effective. No, पंजाब format knockout वाला है या 2017?
अभी तो कुछ नहीं मालूम साहब. अभी तो अल्लाह के वेन्यू मालूम हुआ तो.
मगर I don't think knockout वाला है. वो 2000 में था. उसके बाद यही वाला है group stage फिर. Yeah, league format. Yeah, I think normally क्या है, they split into 2 groups and then you have semi-finals, finals.
Yeah. We got no. Yeah, that's crazy buy, man. I don't know how Chennai pulled that off under everybody's nose. Like crazy. Like what asset crazy. I mean, those conditions in Chennai, Lucknow,
incredible
and like
signing.
in smaller ground as well. Like they go to hit him, he can sort of drift it. Like even in Hyderabad, he'll be effective for that matter.
Yeah. No, I think that's a excellent signing. Probably for me, one of the top 3 signings of the IPL auction. Yeah, Noor Ahmed going to Chennai because, like you said, the conditions are appropriate to him. The team is appropriate for him, and yeah, he's an outstanding player. Nura Chapak will eat other batting lineups. So I completely agree with
100%, bro. The wicket ऐसा है उन लोगों का, and then लखनऊ में slower wicket पे खेले. कभी RCB is too paced wicket. You know, हैदराबाद के wicket भी dry conditions, mostly dry ही रहते हैं. तो if he bowls first, then yeah, he'll probably get the ball to grip well. वानखेड़े में तब भी मतलब वहाँ पे तो humidity ज़्यादा रहती है, but yeah, I mean overall a lot of games flat wicket. दिल्ली में भी उसको थोड़ा opportunity है flat wicket पे अगर grip हो गई ball तो. Yeah.
So who's won the Champions trophies? 2000 was New Zealand. 2004 was West Indies. 2006 was West Indies or Australia. 2006 Champions trophy. The one which was in India. I remember India got knocked out against Australia. 2006. Australia? No,
West Indies.
I don't know, bro.
West Indies.
हाँ, is
वहाँ
it?
है ना गेल की फोटो.
गेल की फोटो है, बट नहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया जीती. हाँ, गेल की फोटो आई थिंक मैन ऑफ द सीरीज था.
शेन वॉटसन फोड़ा था.
Because I remember एक मैच था वेस्ट इंडीज ऑस्ट्रेलिया का, उसमें गेल फोड़ा था, बट फाइनल में he didn't think. So Australia won 2006, then 2009 Australia won again. 2013 India won. 2017 Pakistan won.
इंडिया इंग्लैंड में क्रेजी जीती थी.
भाई वो मैच तो
वो बेस्ट इंडियन साइड थी यार. लाइक इंग्लैंड में जाके थोड़ी शिखर धवन कैसा था.
And you know every game they dominated except for the final. Final I give credit to Dhoni 100%. उन्हें जो फील्ड प्लेसमेंट्स करा, रवि मुबारक के लिए जो स्क्वायर लेग रखा, ईशान शर्मा को लेके आया.
मार रहा था उसमें गुब्बारा.
Yeah, and it was a 20 over game. Remember it was supposed to be 50 overs.
But
it rained and then it was a 20 over game. I watched it.
I don't know how they pulled off the entire tournament when barish and snow and all of these things were also.
Yeah, and the India-Pakistan game was affected also by rain. Then in that tournament, Ashwin Jadeja also bowled really, really well. I think Bhuvi was there too.
Yes, Shikhar Dhawan was.
Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit, Kohli were outstanding as well. Rohit and Shikhar, that's when that opening combination came to full practice.
South Africa also have a Champions Trophy.
South Africa have 98, yes.
Yeah.
They won the Champions Trophy.
Yes. Called something else then, but back then.
Knockout Champions, knockout or something like that. Why South Africa golden generation of 2015 didn't win anything?
That's the biggest question.
I think in 2015 that rain screwed them a bit and they got unlucky over there. Apart from that, like, you know, again you talk about game awareness in pressure situations, like not crossing the line, getting stressed out, it's also luck. It's a factor of things. 99 when that was like my first World Cup that I ever watched, and I still remember I was watching with my father and my dad, and that game was in the bag. Klusner, the way he played, oh my god. And फिर उसके बाद Alan Donald, Alan Donald just went halfway down the pitch for no goddamn reason, and like they got run. I mean, not no goddamn reason, but like वही pressure got to him. उसको like जीतना था, because if you remember just before that he almost got out, Alan Donald. And उसमें क्या हुआ था? Closer told him, why the hell are you not running? तो इसमें क्या उन्हें over alert होके भागी गया without anything. So it was very like Amla de Kock, Faf Dumini, ABD Miller, this batting scary. And even if you remember 2007,
bilaterals तो crazy मारे थे
Yeah,
सबको ना.
even if you remember 2011 World Cup, the 50 over one, they lost to New Zealand in the quarterfinal. That game they were chasing 220, 230. They should have won that game. Again, they choked in that quarterfinal, and then New Zealand won. New Zealand's team wasn't that crazy in that World Cup, and South Africa still had, they had Graham Smith, Dale Steyn, they had all these players, and they were younger than 2015. They had De Villiers. Amla was there as well.
Yeah.
But if you remember, they were chasing 220, 230. I thought easily South Africa will chase. And that tournament, South Africa beat India as well in that World Cup, 2011 में, right? They defeated us. उसमें आपको याद है, हाँ?
2011 बोल रहे हैं.
2011.
तेंदुलकर जो बच के मारा था.
नहीं, वो तो सेमीफाइनल पाकिस्तान के साथ था. South Africa against तेंदुलकर दबा के मारा था. But then after Tendulkar Sehwag got out, we collapsed. We were supposed to hit like 350. We made like 290 or something. Steyn bowled crazy in the death overs. That tournament also, South Africa should have at least reached the semi-finals, finals, and they did.
Yeah, but like that's what it is. It's just like psychological ज़्यादा था because AB also like crazy batsman but never won anything. Amla was there like ऐसा GGTH बोले and just question होता अभी ये वाला World Cup भी यार like the final man it was in the bag for them. This 2024 T20 World Cup you can't expect like Klaasen on strike and all of these things and the way things fell. It's just so sad for South African cricket that बेचारों के हाथ से छिन गया मौका उनका and I don't even know in this one they looked more confident the way they were hitting every like जो जडेजा को punish कर रहा था उन्हें क्लासन जडेजा को था या कुलदीप को जो मारा था and then उसके बाद आप हार्दिक पांड्या outside of stump डालता आप you go chasing that ball you get out and then Miller is there last over 10 you expect Miller जैसा it's scary.
But what I would say about this team though is they're weaker than the previous generations and they punched above their weight. That's what
psychologically they're better, like more.
Yeah.
Stronger.
Because I don't think they're as skillful as the Steyn era, but they have punched above their weight and like they've played really well. This era, jo hai. What happened between South Africa versus England in World Cup where South Africa win easily, but the runs were reduced. Was that 92?
No.
जहाँ पे Duckworth Lewis हुआ था and एकदम से they needed like 20 in one ball or something and they were winning that game and then Pakistan qualified. Was it that?
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember New Zealand Pakistan का was like
there was also 2003 में आपको याद है पाकिस्तान versus West Indies. वो क्या बोलते हैं मैं वो गेम आपके ही घर में देखा था मैं उसमें वेस्ट इंडीज क्या बोलते again rain का Duckworth Lewis हुआ था and West Indies won by DL method. South Africa messed up the calculation. Yeah. And then they were hosting that tournament. That was their first game, I think.
क्या World Cup था वो तो.
They messed up the calculation there as well. So they've had like a lot of hiccups. अभी recently कौन screw up करे थे? अफगानिस्तान ही करे.
अफगानिस्तान को they weren't aware, remember, and then
वो एशिया कप का ही था.
Yeah.
So these things, South Africa, like they need to.
They
should have done better.
Unpopular opinion: 2015 was the best World Cup that happened.
I mean, it's not unpopular. A lot of my friends say that to me.
I mean, the way Stark bowled crazy tha
yeah,
wo to.
A lot of my friends, they till now, like one of my.
But I think 2019, the drama can't be it's unmatched.
The final,
the final drama and that final. I mean, the whole tournament success, I think, is always dependent on not having a one-sided final, right? Like even the 2022 Qatar World Cup football. FIFA, like Messi and Mbappe ka, and then going into penalty. The drama actually collectively you get the whole vibe after the final only. But I agree 2015 was good, but 2003 for me just that vibes in South Africa were crazy. And then Nehra getting injured, England against picking up a 6-wicket haul, with that big foot of his. And yeah, I mean, we got smashed by Australia, but I think that is when Indian cricket sort of इज्जत बढ़ गई वरना पिटते थे यार हम हर जगह
2015 में like एक ही वो final खास नहीं था but the semi-finals were better than 2019 semi-final. I mean the Indian New Zealand was pretty good as well the semi-final but the semi-finals 2015 semi-final South Africa and New Zealand was outstanding. Also if you remember that Pakistan Australia quarter final incredible game 2015 में जो वहाब रियाज ऐसा कर रहा था that was
best
कौन था उन्हें थर्ड अभी भी मैं उसको माफ नहीं कर सकता हूँ कौन था फाइनल लाइक थर्ड मैन पे जो
ड्रॉप कराने
राहत क्या नाम था उसका राहत अली he dropped the catch of Watson and then Watson को जो डाला उन्हें वहां I was watching that with maybe 15 Pakistani guys in it was like 2 a.m. and I was in college and oh my god man and I wanted Australia to win that game because I was watching with them of course but that spell
incredible and the way he was like looking him dead in the eyes and stuff like we got this and stuff like मैं तो समझा खत्म
he kept going like this to him crazy था वो वाला even the New Zealand-Australia game was outstanding. The South Africa-New Zealand game was incredible. And McCullum in general, the way he portrayed himself as captain and batsman in that tournament would always be remembered.
100%.
2015 was best. 2019 World Cup final was best. My whole family watched that match.
That was crazy. That was like, दिल से निकला कि भाई cricket क्या game है बोल के like.
Yeah.
And I was so upset because of just Kane Williamson. I really wanted the guy to win something, man. Like he won the WTC final against India. I wasn't very happy then, but like England and in England against New Zealand, like crazy था वो match.
Yeah.
Boundary count पे हारना first time life में सुना मैं.
Still remember that New Zealand versus Australia, Bolt and Stark 5-wicket haul. Peak cricket heritage for my generation. 100%, man. And I remember going to that World Cup. One of my friends, I was sitting with them having dinner like just before the World Cup started, and I was in Saudi. He was going back to Canada for studying, and that's when the World Cup was going to happen. He told me, watch out for this Trent Bolt, man. He's crazy. Just like, he was watching him closely, and he told me, watch out. Rafe Jamshed, if you're watching, you're the one who told me that. Shout out to you. Yeah, and he said, watch out for Trent Bolt, and Trent Bolt was incredible in that. And he set the tone from the first game as well. It was New Zealand's first game, Sri Lanka, right? Yeah, and he bowled really well in that game, and then throughout that tournament, him and Stark were outstanding. It was peak cricket, man. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say peak cricket, but for the later generation, people born in 2000 or very late 90s, for them that was outstanding.
Yeah. The 2011 World Cup also had its moments. Like obviously we won the World Cup and stuff, but like unmatched. Why
I think the best game in that was India-England, nahin? That was the best game.
India-England, yeah.
So draw hua tha, Strauss wala, 150. I think that was the best game. Otherwise, that World Cup was like वही था, India जीती. नहीं तो like crazy games तो नहीं थे. ये 2023 World Cup भी एक दो crazy game थे, but it wasn't overall. It wasn't like next level.
I was born in 2005, was it crazy?
Yeah, then for you this outstanding.
So 2003 World Cup.
Yo, my God, you're like 12 years younger to me, man.
Yeah.
How old? You're 20 right now, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. So that means 2005 you were born after the. So did you see Sachin? Yeah, you might have seen Sachin when you were 6, 7.
11, bro.
Yeah, so he was 6, so maybe just caught him towards the end of his career. 2023 Australia versus Afghanistan that was an incredible game. Was that the Wankhede? That was a crazy game.
Maxwell 1 foot.
Yeah, that was a very good game.
2023, even India performed well, बोल के अच्छा दिखा, but yeah, I mean match wise, if you look at it again,
मेरे को उतना मजा नहीं आया.
Like South Africa, Pakistan was incredible.
You remember?
जो DRS नहीं दिए थे.
Which one?
South Africa, Pakistan.
Yeah. Oh, Haris Rauf. But you see my body language during this Australia tour and that tour, like there I felt like I'm going through emotions. I wasn't like enjoying it. Now I'm like crazy, man. सुबह उठ जा रहे हैं 4 बजे.
It's the rivalry as well and like what's at stake, but exactly.
I think the pitches also, the conditions.
I mean, WTC finals also, Mustafa was always pumped up for WTC. Right?
Yeah.
The one at the Oval, the one at.
But that game wasn't. I mean, the conditions were amazing, but the match wasn't very exciting. Bad, right? Both of them weren't exciting. New Zealand versus Pakistan, that Fakhar innings, that was also pretty good.
128. वो तो 100 के ऊपर आ गया.
RCB क्या बोल रहा हूँ, चिन्नस्वामी
RCB match.
RCB में मारा था उन्हें Fakhar Zaman, चिन्नस्वामी में, sorry. That was pretty.
But yeah, I wasn't like crazy. England तो भाई, England gave you some moments and yeah, सब बोले the Stark was spell
and sometimes
2003 में like Kenya, bro, like that kind of a team coming and like beating some teams, like that was also fun to watch.
If you see in these kind of tournaments, sometimes you need luck on your side. If you remember 2017 Champions Trophy, उसमें India dominated every single game, but they got smashed against who? 320 that team chased down against India. Who was it? Or 300 and something.
Was it? I don't remember.
Sri Lanka. And no one expected Sri Lanka to win that game. Right? So India lost that one game. India lost that one game. And then after that, we still dominated all the matches. Semi-final we dominated Bangladesh ke khilaf, everything. Pakistan, if you see, they got smashed by India in the first game, destroyed. And then that Sri Lanka game, which was the virtual quarterfinal, they had to win. उसमें सरफराज के 2-3 catch drop हुए थे. I think Imad Wasim या Wahab Riaz का कुछ run out miss हुआ था.
उसमें तो अंगड़ाई लिया था ना, yawned in that match.
No, that was 2019 World Cup, yeah. But in this one, Pakistan were a bit lucky. They crossed the line. Semi-final में, bro, they were up against England. Host nation. England just started that Owen Morgan era, right? They were lethal. They were smashing teams. उसमें आमिर उन लोग जबरदस्त bowling करे. Hassan Ali was incredible, unplayable in that match. They beat England, and then India, Pakistan. You thought again India are favorites, but Pakistan completely smashed. So it's a tournament you can't really predict. Like it can become unpredictable. Even 2004, no one thought West Indies will win that. Movie England were favorites again, right? They were playing at home. So
and Ian Bradshaw,
Australia would probably be favorites.
नहीं टाइमिंग अलग थे जब like crazy था माहौल. So like we were watching in Saudi, but yeah, it was crazy.
Vijay Hazare Trophy going on, terrible pitches. Today there was the Assam versus Jharkhand game. Ishan Kishan was captain. He got 18-20, but it was Virat Singh, who was our player, right, before? Sunrisers ka, he got 100.
Virat Singh.
Yeah, Virat Singh. बहुत पहले, I think we had him. He scored 100, but yes, pitches have been a bit terrible. Hasan Ali in 2017 and 2019 World Cup was just opposite. Yes, bilkul. 2017 he was lethal, 2019 is opposite. Brendan Taylor peaked 2015. Sri Lanka, yes, Sri Lanka, sahi hai. Shikhar 100, Dhoni 60, still lost to Sri Lanka. That game in the Champions Trophy, जहाँ पे Sri Lanka आराम से chase कर रहे थे. So that was one game India thing, and so they lost to Sri Lanka and Pakistan. And on paper, India should have won both those games in that tournament. And yeah, they didn't. So this is what happened.
One was very bad, like unexpected था वो तो.
Bumrah no ball. He got him out, and there was a no ball. And then after that, Hafiz also got a very quick 50 in that game.
उन्हें अच्छा खेला था उसका Hafiz या.
Shadab की bowling अच्छी थी. Only Hardik Pandya played well in that game. After Pakistan won, they cancelled the Champions Trophy and one ball rule. Now they're using 2 new balls. Yeah, the things changed after that. And also, if you remember, after that Champions Trophy final, the next day or the day after, Anil Kumble was sacked. And you would say, how come just by 1 loss? But there was already problems before. And if you remember that whole tournament, and this is why I remember now, if you go back and you read the articles at that time, and if you even talk to journalists now, they'll always say India was distracted in that Champions Trophy. That doesn't mean they, like on paper they were still on the field, they were still performing, but off the field they were distracted because of the problem between Kumble and Kohli. And they were trying to have meetings like before the final. There was a meeting before the semi-final and the meeting. What was the meeting about? These two. So that was a big commotion. People flying in, flying out, and eventually India lost. I wouldn't blame that as the fault, but of course it played a part, right? You're distracted. Your coach might be sacked. So that time, that was a big issue that India had, and hopefully this time around it's more clear. Although it could be with Gambhir and stuff, you don't know what's going to happen.
I think there's still like no problems with each other, right? Like Gambhir and Rohit and stuff. Yeah, he might be
as of now.
Yeah, distracted, but yeah, there's 2 more tests to go, and let's see what happens in that.
After 2011, India never lost to South African ICC event. Yeah. In 2017, they purposely tried to wear out the ball by throwing it on rough patches. England players were complaining. Well, man, like, this part of cricket, like, I mean, England also did stuff, jelly beans and all that, like, sometimes kuch na kuch hota. And also, I'll tell you something. England and these guys, they always complain about reverse swing. ये वो फिर आप खुद use कर रहे थे. आप देख लो 90s में they used to say वसीम अख्तर को बैन करो reverse करा रहे. फिर 2005 Ashes में क्या हो रहा था? साइमन जोन्स और फ्लिंटॉफ क्या कर रहे थे? Reverse ही करा रहे थे. रफ पैच में मार के, old करके, वो सब they were working on the ball, right? Let's give some credit to Pakistan also. Fakhar was 100% bro. Pakistan outshined India in that game. There was no doubt about it. They dominated. 100%. And Sarfaraz, that's why
even until this day, I mean the way they bowled against us and like the way they batted, like Amir and all of these guys, like crazy tha. And for Babar and Rizwan, they stuck their necks out.
उसमें तो शाहीन था, right? 2021 में. But this 2017 में Amir final में incredible bowling करा. But overall, I think the way they turned things around, you have to give credit to Sarfaraz. I think he was outstanding, and that's why till this day in Karachi, in Pakistan, they really rate him highly. And some people don't like Babar for this reason, because he took over the captaincy from Sarfaraz, where Sarfaraz still led them for a longer period. 2019 also with that team, they lost to West Indies. I think that was a huge thing for them. But if some results went their way, they could have reached the semi-final. They finished 5th, right, towards the end. So, उसमें भी इंग्लैंड को हराए थे उन लोग पाकिस्तान 2019 वर्ल्ड कप में 300 मार के.
आमिर रियाज इरफान शाहीन ranked them.
इरफान कौन सा? लंबू. हाँ,
लंबू तो बेकार ही था.
For me, Amir, then Wahab Riaz, then Shaheen Shah Afridi, and then Irfan. The reason Wahab Riaz, the thing was he was very expensive in India. Virat Kohli used to punish him, but he still had an excellent performance against India in Mohali, and then he did really well against Australia. And Wahab Riaz, he had the tendency to get pelted, but he had that pace too.
Yeah, GGTH, I don't think you've seen like Umar Gul and like Umar Gul को rate करना.
No, 2005 में पैदा. He was like 3 years old when Umar Gul was on prime.
Yeah, अच्छा, he put Riyaz saw, like maybe saw Gul as well. Gul was there, I think 2011, 2012.
Junaid Khan also.
Junaid was good for a good while.
Junaid तो वो एक series यहाँ आके पूरा
फोड़ दिया था हमको. Yeah.
This guy, I think Umar Gul to 2009 was invincible. Even 2007 he was amazing. In that when they reached the final. Mohammad Sami. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, shampoo की bottle बोलते थे उसको. With hair.
Shabbir Ahmed.
Yeah. Naveed Hassan Al Rana.
Yeah, Rana Naveed Hassan.
क्या वाह ना अच्छा उल्टा है इसका.
Huh?
अच्छा I thought it was first Naveed
Yeah,
Hassan.
Rana
No,
Naveed
Rana
Hassan. Yeah.
Hassan.
Naveed.
Naveed.
Junaid destroyed our current coach's stumps. Yeah, he did. He did, bro.
Fair.
He even rattled Virat Kohli stumps in that. उसमें मेरा वो ऐड अभी भी मेरे पाकिस्तानी दोस्त हमको भेजते रहते हैं. आ रहे ही पाकिस्तान आने दो. They cannot play him तो उन्हें बोला था ना नासिर हुसैन 2021 when he got out. Yeah, Rohit Rahul.
Yeah, I mean good moments, and that's where you want like India Pakistan more, right? Like matches at least at neutral venues and stuff.
Yeah, so we will have an India-Pakistan game. We just need to confirm what the dates are. I think 23rd December we'll have a better idea. So that's in 2 days. Monday we should have a confirmed schedule. That's what we are hoping. But
yeah, good to see, man. India starting test like practice right now. 4-5 days ahead. And Christmas का बात कर रहे थे जब Christmas के दिन Australia are going to practice on.
They will practice. Yeah, it won't be optional.
It's probably optional, but they're saying majority of the players have already.
And India?
India might not, but Australia will probably.
So then, अच्छा. Because
like वही है ना, weather-wise अगर आप देखो Melbourne में it's going to be bright, but Sydney is giving you a glimmer of like no hope in terms of the match to progress there. So whatever it is आर या पार. अब यही वाला match है, ऐसा situation लेके जा रहे हैं in the dugout. So I think that's a very good way to look at it. And whoever is 2-1 up psychologically in Sydney are a little bit at peace.
So I guess they have like either Christmas lunch or dinner with their family and then they practice. Yeah. Because football में भी ऐसी होता है ना, like Christmas lunch रहता घर पे.
I think like Pat Cummins all of the other poised because they want to win as well, right? Like 2 series on the trot, they've lost at home, they're not getting bragging rights. And India also like credit, they've survived, man. They survived. I mean, you have to still give credit of survival.
And thank you for Barish.
And thank you for the Barish and Gabba. So yeah, I mean 100%. अगर Perth में नहीं होता यार, we would have been like upset 2-0 and Barish are Asar and so I think right now the series is alive. And it's just the drama as well that's been going in and around, like, you know, Ashwin retiring. Achha, Jadeja ka, how did you like find like wo jo tarike se I thought it'd be a little bit more emotional, but I just like हाँ मालूम हो गया था आपको तो पता है इसका.
He must understood the question. That's why. उसको बोले he thought he was saying, "Are you shocked? आपको आप खेले third test match?" He's like, मैं क्यों shock होऊंगा? Like you know like.
मैं को रोहित एक दिन पहले बोल रहा
है. हाँ नहीं like वो तो टीम में खेल रहा हूँ कभी खेलूंगा कभी नहीं खेलूंगा but फिर अच्छा अश्विन के बारे में बात बोल रहे हैं. Yeah, मैं like basically मैं पूरा दिन उसके साथ था फिर एंड में उन्हें मेरे को मालूम हुआ कि अरे उन्हें रिटायर हुआ तो yeah it was. He wasn't 100% sure that Ashwin was going to retire. He had no clue actually that he was going to retire. So, yeah, वो कुछ जो भी आप हमको किताब में मालूम होगा. That's why I always say that keep reading because that's when you'll find out.
Or
right?
he comes on this channel someday and then.
Yeah, he tells you. वो भी like I will not understand it when he comes on the channel unless you translate it for me because he'll probably say it in Tamil, right? Like in that on his channel.
We'll have Balaji, मेरा दोस्त है इस Tamilian.
But his book, he'll definitely say. It depends on. What if he wants his book to do well, right? Like then
he's making a book.
100% he will.
Like वैसा बोल रहे.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it for me. I mean, the way Ashwin is, I think the book would be perfect for him.
I mean, he has a YouTube channel.
I will definitely buy
library right now. But
no, sometimes you know what it is. You see, like even Yo-Yo Honey Singh, right? He came give interviews when he came for the. This new album came out and the certain things he didn't say. He said it'll be in my Netflix documentary. Now that documentary just got released 2 days ago. We can watch it. Usme there are certain things which he didn't say in the interview. He'll say now. So sometimes players will also do that where they won't say something on an interview, but they will say it in their book just to create that hype. Wasim Akram, for example, वो cocaine का addiction उन्हें book में ही बोला था ना. उन्हें
interview की भी किताब अच्छी थी.
हाँ, Shane Warne की जबरदस्त थी. That was मैं उसमें तो क्या की
Elizabeth Hurley and all of those things.
Even crazy stuff and how he used to get booked by the paparazzi in England. Also, fair enough, you know, the amount of cricket that he played in England and he improved his game in county cricket. That was also cool.
Sehwag 1918 survived that series. England and Pakistani former cricketers are same breed. They do cry a lot, especially in IDC. I think anyone who's on the back foot always will cry, irrespective of which team they're from. But nobody likes to lose, and yeah, it does take a little bit. You know, but England in general, yeah, they always are critical of their players and also of the conditions. So like even Michael Vaughan, MacArthur, like they do discuss तो हर जगह they'll be good and bad भाई. अपने पास भी रोते, like नहीं रोते क्या अपने पास भी है. रोगा रोते, रोने वाले रोएंगे, नहीं रोने वाले नहीं रोते. They should let Morkel go and enjoy Christmas with family lives in Sydney. I mean, let's see, man. I don't know what situation right now, but I think India might not try. अभी तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया का ही confirmation आया है. City almost conceded they're losing today. Any cricketer who supports Pearls? I don't recollect anyone that supports Pearls.
There could be in England, I'm not sure.
Probably.
I know Moeen Ali supports Liverpool. Moeen Ali supports Liverpool. Sam Billings supports Manchester United. Stuart
Nitish
Broad
Rana
supports
supports Manchester United. Bumrah supports Chelsea.
Stuart Broad supports Nottingham
Shreyas
Forest.
Iyer supports Chelsea as well. Kuldeep supports like Liverpool and
Anderson supports Burnley.
Barcelona mainly.
Anderson supports Burnley.
Yeah, so like I've never seen a Spurs cricket
Stuart
fan,
Broad.
but
There
maybe
could
there
be an
might be.
England
Yeah, there
team
could
because
be.
Stuart Broad is.
Spurs did no. That was Tottenham who played cricket in the dressing room, right?
Tottenham and Spurs is the same thing first.
No, I mean England के साथ नहीं collaborate. I mean England cricket team के साथ collaborate है वो ऐसा हो रहा था.
Spurs
played
Tottenham they
cricket,
both
yeah.
played cricket. Spurs and Tottenham.
हाँ Tottenham Spurs and then the dressing room
Yeah.
Harry Kane and ला खेल रहे थे, but I thought it was like with England cricket team. वैसा.
वो भी हुआ था Harry Kane and Stuart Broad. They
Broad.
played cricket.
Virat Kohli met Harry Kane.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
There was an like
And Harry Kane also came to Lords for that 100 match.
yeah,
Broad is Forest.
even like Ben Stokes went to the training ground.
Butler is City. I didn't know. I thought Butler is United. But yeah, Lancashire.
Broad is Forest, yeah. They were even play for Nottinghamshire.
Hmm?
I think Nottingham है Broad and
हाँ तो वही तो बोल रहा हूँ Forest. Forest is Broad is a huge Forest fan.
Yeah.
Since even when they were in the championship, he used to go and watch. Yeah. And Anderson is Burnley. He's from there. He supports them. You remember the Nottingham Forest Burnley game last season? They were both on the pitch.
Yeah. Exactly. वही recollect कर रहा था मैं.
Yeah, they both play there. I don't know who else is there. Peterson supports Chelsea. Kevin Peterson. Flintoff, I'm not sure who he supports. Michael Vaughan
supports Cristiano Ronaldo only.
Who?
Siraj.
Yeah. Michael Vaughan supports Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, he said it on the pod.
Yeah, he
the other day,
supports Sheffield Wednesday. So
yeah, a lot of football enthusiasts in cricket as well, but I never like Spurs particularly. I don't remember, but maybe we might find some. This Chris Wokes Villa put stories of Martinez every single day.
Chris Wokes, huh? And Wood is Newcastle. I think, right? Wood is Newcastle. Harmison is Newcastle. United. And you remember when Steve Harmison was going through issues with his fitness and stuff, Newcastle United called him over, and he used to train with them. That was crazy.
एकदम आ गया था उसको.
Yeah, he was there. He supports Newcastle United, I think. Root Leeds. Yeah, he plays for them as well, right?
Flintoff का बेटा भी is going to, I think, play for the.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. What's his name?
Rodney.
Rodney Flintoff. There's another
Rodney है ना?
अच्छा.
I think.
He's he looks a solid player. But that pretty much wraps it up. We'll join you again tomorrow with the latest discussions. We'll see what happens in the Champions Trophy. As of now, it looks like 23rd February will be India versus Pakistan. It looks like Dubai is front runners, but we're not counting out Colombo yet. We'll have probably a full schedule in the next couple of days, hopefully. We'll also talk about what India is doing in Melbourne right now. Aaj practice tha, Rohit Sharma batted for a long time. Gary Neville was a cricketer. Yes, he was. Gary Neville played cricket. Gary Neville and him as a partnership. Matthew Hayden, bro.
Yeah, Phil Neville also played.
Yeah, Phil Neville also played. Gary Neville and Hayden have a partnership together. They used to play with the same club. Matthew Hayden, Gary Neville, and Phil Neville also played. But yes, that was the update from the practice. Rohit Sharma is there. Jadeja came with the press conference. Tomorrow we'll see what happens in Melbourne, and we'll also discuss the football stuff going on tomorrow. There's a big game between Tottenham and Liverpool, so GGTH, you can join us tomorrow as well. Hopefully similar time. We'll let you know a bit prior, like on YouTube, if you click the notification button. And the घंटी जो है तो आपको वो notifications आ जाएंगे when you're going live. That we really appreciate that, and make sure you like and subscribe. So thank you everyone. Have a good rest of the night.